So today I will be doing puree potatoes. So come with me and let's see how they turn out. Okay, so I peeled these, but I did not go to bed until 2 a.m. and you can imagine why. So I was just like, well, at least I got the first part of my assignment done, but this is the last part because it's due on Tuesday and it is Sunday. And I'm really just trying to stay up to date and stay on schedule. So since I did have these out overnight, I'm just, peeling like the parts that don't look so appealing. So I have my butter and my heavy whipping cream. This has to be room temperature and this has to be warm. So I'm going to go put them in the windowsill. All right, so I'm gonna put them right here. It's over 80, it's about 80 something degrees outside. And as you can see, I get so much wonderful light right here. So I'm just gonna maximize off of that. Now, I may have to heat the cream back up a little bit more on the stove, but at least the sun and the windowsill can do what it needs to do for the butter. So let's go back to the kitchen. So anyway, I'm gonna continue just peeling these little potatoes just to make them look a little bit more appealing as if they were fresh. But the idea is that we use freshly peeled potatoes. So yeah. But anyway, while we do this, how was your day? Have you made pureed potatoes before? So this is my first time doing anything pureed. I don't think that I've ever actually even done anything pureed in like a blender or anything, but for this particular assignment we are not allowed to use like any mechanical means to puree this. We puree it by hand. And so since I will be attempting to make my son's baby food, I'm really excited to learn how to puree. And I'm really just trying to get this done. You can't tell me nothing since I learned that what this is for in the potato peeler, okay? I can't believe it took me to like 30 years just to realize that what that was for. But school is teaching me things already like that. Because for the life of me, whenever I used to peel potatoes, I don't even know what I was doing to get the little, they call them eyes out or whatever, the little sores or whatever. But yeah, so these look pretty good to me. I'm gonna just rinse them off one more time. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to just slice these into even chunks. Okay, so definitely just want to make sure that I am, just practicing the claw grip that they are trying to instill in us. So if you keep a claw, it keeps you from slicing your fingers. So you can imagine when I was trying to julienne these potatoes, it could be a bit challenging because once they get like super skinny, so what would you do? It's harder with this because potatoes, they will roll. So this part, we're not necessarily being graded on. These chunks look pretty even to me. So trying to work. Oh, see, look at that. Trying to quickly here. Imagine being used to cooking one way or holding a knife a certain way, and then you have to learn how to do it, I guess, the professional way. But I say, whatever way you choose to do in your kitchen, outside of the culinary standpoint, is the right way. because you couldn't tell me I wasn't a chef in my own kitchen before I enrolled in school. Going over the recipe, so I already peeled the potatoes, removed the eyes, did the uniform chunks. So it said add enough cold water to cover by at least 1 inch to bring to a boil. So this is my first time following a recipe, so I'm gonna use this ruler to see if I did about 1 inch. And I have. Way to go, girl. Okay, so now I'm just gonna clean up my area and find things to do because they say if you watch a pot of water boil, it will never boil, and I need it to boil as quickly as possible. So I didn't have a light that goes over the head of my sink, so I just made my own red light. So instead of focusing on what I didn't have, I just found a way to make it possible, and boop, there they go. So they really teach us about, cleanliness in school, which they didn't even teach me that, but just, so I want to get in the habit of, time management as well. While I'm waiting on that, I just go ahead and be cleaning up my area and my dishes. Okay, so I saw on the internet where they was talking about Ajax is cheap. Call me cheap because I love a good Ajax. And with Fabuloso, please. And I bought this for $1. Call me cheap, whatever. But this ain't no cheap chocolate. And another thing that school is teaching me about some habits that I already had that may not be so great. They say sponges are completely unsanitary and they carry a lot of bacteria, but baby, I don't trust no dish towels. They don't scrub like I need to. Feel me? So now that the dishes are clean, I am just gonna go ahead and put them down here to dry. Okay, so our potatoes are boiling. Now they talking about put it down to a simmer. Baby, do you see anywhere on here that say simmer? Child, I don't know how to do that. It say simmer until tender. So I'm thinking how when you make a pot of rice, you turn it on high, then it'll start boiling. You turn it down until the rice cooks. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna just put a fork in it to see if they're tender. So I'll turn it from high down to just 4 instead of all the way on low. So I'm gonna go check on the butter and the cream. Okay, so my potatoes are simmering good. The water is evaporating. Now I'm just waiting on my cream to heat up. My butter is pretty room temperature, and then I'll have to smash the potatoes through the colander. I don't know about this, y'all. I don't know. So yeah, this definitely looks puree to me. Definitely can see the difference between puree and mashed potatoes. All right, so this is very much trust the process. Here, boo, try it.